They call them the lost generation, the snowflakes, the ones who are destroying everything we built. But what if I told you Gen Z isn't destroying anything, they're building something entirely new, something that could reshape civilization itself. This isn't some motivational hype piece, it's a warning and a revelation, because Gen Z isn't rising despite their flaws, they're rising because of them. This is the most anxious generation we've ever seen, the most depressed, the most digitally connected, and somehow the most disconnected from real life. They were raised in a world of mass shootings, lockdown drills, financial collapses, and screens that never turn off. Older generations say they're soft, say they're entitled, say they live online, and don't understand how the real world works, but maybe that's the point. Because the real world they inherited, it's broken, and they know it. So they question everything: college, capitalism, religion, the 9-to-5, the very idea of success. They're not afraid to start over, not afraid to burn the old systems down, not because they hate the world, but because they were never truly part of the one that existed before. And that's why Gen Z might change history forever, not with tradition, but with disruption. Not because they're perfect, but because they're honest enough to admit the world isn't. But here's the thing no one wants to admit. Gen Z didn't break the world. They inherited it broken. And instead of pretending everything's fine, they did what no other generation had the courage to do. They stopped lying about it. College, a debt trap. The 9-to-5, a relic of a burned-out industrial age. Success, religion, they're questioning all of it. Not to be edgy, but because no one ever explained why it was supposed to matter. They're building their own meaning, their own systems, their own success.
They're not chasing the American dream like their parents did. They've seen what it costs: debt, burnout, regret. They watch their parents work themselves into the ground just to lose it all in a crash, a hospital bill, a layoff they never saw coming. So now Gen Z's asking, what's the point? Why follow rules when the system's already rigged? They don't want a white picket fence. They want freedom. They don't want promotions. They want peace. They don't want to climb the ladder. They want to build a new one. That's why they're quitting jobs with no notice, starting businesses from their bedrooms, going viral overnight without asking for permission. They trust strangers on TikTok more than politicians in suits. They get their news from memes, their therapy from group chats, their money from side hustles, and their education from YouTube. To the outside world, it looks chaotic, but to them, it makes more sense than anything else ever did, because Gen Z isn't trying to fix a broken world. They're trying to outgrow it, rewrite it, and maybe leave the old one behind completely.